Hi, everybody. Welcome to Saturday Live at the Backyard Bird Center. This week's topic, one of the worst topics of the year for me, and that is what we know around here as the September slowdown. I may have mentioned this before, but when I first bought this business, what's now coming up on 17 years, I never forget John said to me, well, Mark, when the hummingbirds leave, keep a good book around the store. And this is what he's referring to, and that is that period after the hummingbirds leave. And yes, mine have been gone for over a week now. I know there are a few people still have some lingering, and congratulations if you do. But with each cold front that comes through, we're getting less and less of them, and you'll probably still see them up until those that you do have them, or maybe if you don't, you might get to see one up till about the first week of October. But for the most part, what he was referring to back then, and is that this is a time when Mother Nature is providing for birds. Nature's bounty is at its maximum right now. When we're out bird hiking, I'm always trying to make note of how many dogwood berries I see out there, how many cedar berries are on the cedar trees, and how heavy is the acorn crop, and that kind of thing, because I'm trying to judge a little bit of what the fall period is going to be like whenever the birds leave the feeders and go out into nature and really feed heavily on that. I've said many times, birds only get 15% of their daily diet from bird feeders. This time of year, that number is really exaggerated to the lesser number, the lower numbers, because there is so much natural food out there for them. And then when they come back, yes, believe me, they'll be back. And good gracious, I need them to come back, because our bird seed sales this time of year reflect just what's happening. And no matter how dedicated you are to bird feeding, you can't make those birds eat at your feeders this time of year. You can't blame them. Do you want French fries every day the rest of your life, or do you want to vary your diet? And that is what they're doing. They're varying their diet. But we had a very dry summer. And so that typically means the amount of natural food going into the fall is less than a wet summer. So again, I've been trying to make note of when I'm out, and I feel like that the dogwood berries are not as heavy as normal. A lot of them have already been stripped. And the cedar trees especially seem to be very bare this year. Now, you may find a cedar bush here and there, a cedar tree that's got a lot of berries on it. But overall, I'm talking about everywhere I go, I try to note that. And I think what that's pointing to is that the September slowdown, this fall natural feeding season, may be a little shorter than in some years. Like last year especially, it went on for quite a while because we had a pretty wet summer last summer. And the summer before that. This year, I expect the birds to be back in a little earlier than we've seen in the past. Sometimes it's, the middle of November before they really come back into the feeders. Sometimes it's early November, sometimes it's late October. But usually the month of October, and then you look at my bird seed sales year after year for 16 years, you'll see that October is the slowest month of the year for me when it comes to bird seed sales. And that's just the way it should be. And we have to plan for it accordingly, and you guys have to be patient, and I have to be patient, but they will be back. This is also the time we start looking for some of the early winter invaders, winter migrants, and we've already had some sightings of red-breasted nuthatches. We get a few every late summer, early fall. A lot of those birds will pass on through down into the pine forest of even Texas and Arkansas, but you really want those birds to hang around. They are so cute. And they'll usually eat your peanuts on your peanut feeder, especially your hull-less sunflower seeds, medium sunflower chips, fine sunflower chips. They love all that. So be on the look for those little guys. They're smaller than the white-breasteds and very, very bold. They are not scared of you at all when you go out there to feed. So we're at that period where we're really anticipating what the winter's going to be like, and we're really hoping that it's a shortened fall slowdown season. And you hear me say all the time, early October I start doing my snow and ice dance, and I love winter, but then some of you don't. But the cooler weather, it's a part of nature, and I love fall, and hopefully it brings the birds back in. So don't forget, in a couple of weeks, our bird feeder cleaning day is on Saturday, I think, in 2 weeks. And last year we got rained out for the first time in 15 years, but hopefully this year we'll get it in. If not, this is a great time to be cleaning your bird feeders. When it's so slow, it's a great time to take your bird feeders down, give them a good cleaning, use a 10% bleach solution to help kill any bacteria that might be in there, and get them ready for the fall bird feeding season. So If you like the program, give us a like, give us a share if you would. Send in ideas for future programs. And until then, come by and let's talk birds.
2, 1.
Would you like to learn more about wild birds? You might want to hit that subscribe button.